Hello everybody, my name is Abhash Vaidyanathan and I have a huge experience in teaching economics for at different level of students. Today I am going to teach you about national income, and I think this class would be very useful for the students taking civil services examinations, and I hope you enjoy my classes. Now, what is there? As you all know, economics is very important. Economics is important for preliminary examinations, equally important for your mains and interview. And the basic concepts of various issues in economics are important. And therefore, I'm going to teach you about national income. The national income, when I teach this topic, national income, and if you're asked to find out the national income of the country, if you're asked to find out, and if somebody asks you what is the national income of the country, you have to say, if somebody asks you what is the meaning of the national income, then you say national income in technical terms is NNP at FC. NNP at FC. This is net national product. This is net national product at factor cost. Net national product at factor cost. This is NNP at FC. Net national product at factor cost is. But what is net NNP at FC? Net national product at factor cost क्या होता है? This I will tell you later on. You just know that NNP at FC is the national income. The name of the topic is national income and related aggregates. And related aggregates. So there are other related aggregates related with the national income. And of all the related aggregates, GDP is very important. So first of all, if you understand the concept of GDP, then all the concepts will be clear. So first of all, let us see what is GDP. GDP. And if you understand GDP, the other issues will be clear. GDP is the final value of goods and services. GDP is final value of goods and services. Final value of goods and services produced in the economy, produced within the economic territory, in a financial year. Final value of goods and services produced within the economic territory in a financial year. There are three main issues in the topic. The words that I am saying: GDP, final value of goods and services produced within the economic territory in a financial year. So I have used three technical terms: final goods and services, economic territory, and financial year. Financial year, accounting year, that stands from 1st of April to 31st March next. Even this is going to be changed. Our financial starts from 1st April, like 1st April 2017 to 31st March 2018 is the financial year. Even this is going to be changed. Sankar Acharya Committee has been established by the RBI to look into the issues. That's a different issues. What is here is this is our financial year. Next is economic territory. Economic territory is a wider concept than political territory. Our land area is the political territory, and apart from the land area, certain distances into the sea, some nautical miles into the sea, is our economic territory. Any ships, aircrafts, or embassies are part of the economic territories of this country, right? So economic territory is again a wider concept than a political territory. Economic. So any goods and services, any final value of goods and services produced within the economic territory in a given financial year. The next important concept is about final goods and services. Final goods. This is very important. When I say goods, final goods, what does it mean? Final goods and services. Goods and services. Goods and services. Goods and services can be either final or intermediate. Can be either final or intermediate. We have to know the distinction between these two: final goods and services and intermediate goods and services. Final are those which are either used for final consumption, or it is used for final investment. Final consumption or final investment. Whereas intermediate goods are those goods which are completely used up, in production process. Intermediate goods are those which are completely used up in production process, or which are bought with the intention to be resold in the same year. Whether a good is final goods or intermediate goods will depend upon what kind of use you put in. Let's say if I buy a bread and I make sandwiches from that bread and eat it up, then it is a final consumption goods, then therefore the bread would end up to be a final goods. But if I buy a bread with the intention to make some sandwiches, or I make sandwiches and sell it off, then the bread would be called a intermediate goods. Let me tell you one thing, that intermediate goods will not be included in the estimation of national income. Let me give you a proper, very important instruction. Intermediate goods are not included in estimation of national income. Intermediate goods are not included in the estimation of national income. Only final goods are included in the estimation of national income and other aggregates. This is the first thing that I wanted to say. GDP, I have said GDP is very important parameters of the country, because GDP reflects the strength of the country. GDP is very important parameter for the country because GDP reflects the manufacturing activities of the countries. It is on GDP that the growth rate of the economy is dependent. It is GDP at which the employment of the economy is dependent. Employment is a very critical input for the well-being of the citizen of the country. So all the politicians are concerned about GDP because they have to answer to the public. Leaders have lost elections when the growth rate goes down. That means GDP has gone down. And therefore GDP is very important parameter. Let me tell you one more fact here. India is the third largest economy in the world on the basis of the GDP estimation done by IMF. Largest economy in the world is USA. Second largest economy in the world currently is China, and third is India. GDP, it is on the PPP basis, about which I will explain you later on. GDP. The next concept is NDP. Next concept is NDP. NDP stands for Net Domestic Product. NDP stands for Net Domestic Product. NDP stands for Net Domestic Product. What is NDP? This is equal to GDP minus depreciation. GDP minus depreciation. What is depreciation? Depreciation is also known as capital consumption. Also known as, it is also known as capital consumption. It is also known as capital consumption. GDP minus depreciation is NDP, and depreciation is also known as capital consumption. And NDP depreciation is the rate of wear and tear of the capital goods in the economy. Is the rate of wear and tear. It is rate of wear and tear. Wear and tear of the capital goods in the economy. It is also dependent upon expected obsolescence. Expected obsolescence. Obsolescence. Expected obsolescence. So when we talk, when a technology becomes outdated as expected, if we expect that technology becomes outdated in 3 years, this is expected obsolescence. And expected obsolescence and the wear and tear would determine the depreciation. And if we subtract the depreciation from GDP, we get NDP, Net Domestic Product, and Domestic Product. Right? So I have told you about two concepts. You have understood the two parameters. You have understood the two parameters of national income. You have understood what is GDP. You have understood NDP. What is NDP? Given that the fact that I give you GDP, you can calculate NDP. And if you know NDP, you can come to the GDP. They are all interrelated. I hope you have understood this. The next that I am going to teach you is about GNP. GNP. From GDP you can come to GNP. GNP is GDP plus net factor income from abroad. GDP plus net factor income from abroad. GDP plus net factor income from abroad. So this is equal to, I can say net factor GDP plus factor income, which we can write it as factor income from abroad minus factor income to abroad. Factor income from abroad, that is factor income from abroad minus factor income to abroad, right? We can have a scenario, when we add factor income, net factor income from abroad, the domestic income becomes national income. That GDP becomes GNP, gross national product. GDP, that is gross domestic product, becomes GNP, that is a gross national product. How does these things change? We will see this into this. They are all related concepts. The relations will matter. Relations matter. If you just understand the basic relations, you have understood the things. If you understand the basic relations, you have understood the things. The basic relations here are, let us see if when you have GNP, if you understand the basic relation, you can say that GNP can be greater than GDP. GNP can be greater than GDP. Because if the net factor income from abroad is positive, as generally it happens in the case of big country like India, GNP will tend to be greater than GDP. But if the net factor income from abroad is negative, it can happen in the case of a small country like Kuwait. There are a lot of people from abroad working in Kuwait, and they send money abroad. There are hardly any money coming into that country. Then it becomes that domestic product is more than the national product. So GDP can also be greater than GNP for the case of, and of course there is a theoretical angle. GDP can also be equal to GNP. Theoretically it is possible, but practically nowadays all countries are important. They are having some kind of economic relations with the rest of the world. And therefore, this is normally not seen in the real life. But then theoretically it is possible. So if the question can come, if the MCQ comes, GNP is always greater than GDP, so it is wrong. Anything can happen. GNP can be greater than GDP. GDP can be greater than GNP, and GNP, GDP can be equal. So GNP and GDP. So I hope you understand, given the facts that you have got GNP and GDP, you can come from GNP to GDP, and you can come from GDP to GNP. These are again the two things that I have explained. So I have explained you the two concepts. GDP, I have told you. NDP, I have told you. GNP. They are very simple, and now I'm going to give you third important relations. And if you understand these three important concepts in national income, you would probably understand everything in the about the theoretical angles of national income. The last that I'm going, you must understand the difference between market price and factor cost. Market price is the price that is prevailing in the market. If we have to calculate the value of a good or the market value of the good, we can calculate at the market value of the goods. So market value of the good is, if we take market price, then that would give GDP at market price. Now market price may not be the actual cost of production. Market price may not be the actual cost of production, because once a commodities has been produced in the market and when it is sold in the market, there are layers of transactions. The things changes, that the government has imposed certain tax and therefore the price changes. The government may give subsidies and therefore the price changes. So two things can happen. The government can change the price because of market price and the factor cost. The concepts, market price. So market price, because of the government imposes tax and the market price increases. So we have to subtract indirect tax. We have to subtract indirect tax. Now this is also a bit technical. Tax is something that the government imposes on the public. It can be direct and indirect. But about the taxes, we will not speak later on. Sales tax, excise, they are all part of the indirect taxes. If we subtract indirect tax from the market price and add subsidies, which is just reverse of the tax, and add subsidies, we will end up somewhere we'll call factor cost. We will end up something which is called factor cost. Right? So any aggregates that we have studied can be estimated at market price or factor cost. We'll say GDP at market price or factor cost, NDP at market price or factor cost, and of course GNP at market price or factor cost, and NNP at market price or factor cost. Anything can be at market price, any aggregates can be at market price and factor cost. So I hope you have understood the three things. You have understood what is GDP, then you have understood what is relation between GDP and GNP relations. I have spoken about it, and I have also spoken about the relation between GDP and NDP. I have also spoken about the relation between GDP and NDP, and I have also spoken about the relationship between market price. I have also spoken about relation between market price and factor cost. These two are very elementary concepts in national income. National incomes, very elementary concepts in national income, and this is what is going to determine concepts. Right? Now questions can be MCQ. Let's say questions. Questions can give you in MCQ in preliminary examination, the questions can come in this way, that you have been given GDP at certain levels, GDP at market price or factor cost. They have given you GDP at market price. They have given you GDP at market price, GDP at MP, and they asked you to calculate what is NNP at FC. This is what they ask you. They can form certain kind of questions like this. So this is very simple. We subtract depreciation. When we subtract depreciation, this GDP becomes NDP. When we add net factor income from abroad, this becomes NNP. This becomes NNP at FC, at market price. NNP at market price, and from here when we subtract indirect tax plus add subsidies, it becomes NNP at FC. So any formula, they can make four options. Any formula which has got they can have four options depending upon these four, and you know what is to do, and you can come to the correct answers. Correct answers, if you understood these three formula, the correct answers can become, right? There are three methods of estimation of national income of the country. There are three methods. Of estimation of national income of the country. Estimation of national income of the country. Number one, three methods of estimation of national income of the country. Number one, production method. Number one, production method oblique they are value added method. Production method or value added method. Then we have income methods. Income method. And third, we have expenditure method. Income method and expenditure methods. So there are three methods of estimation of national income: production methods, income methods, and expenditure methods. Before I get into the how the national income is estimated, let me give you some very interesting facts related with national income. Questions can be there, certain informative answers that you must know as we proceed into this, because they can ask you, like you must know, Dada Bhai Nehruji was the first person in the country to estimate national income of the country. Dada Bhai Nehruji was the first person in the country to estimate national income of the country in 1868. Dada Bhai Nehruji has written a book which is known as Poverty under un-British rule in India. Poverty under un-British rule in India. Right? He had given the concept of drain of wealth of theory. Drain of wealth concept was given by Dada Bhai Nehruji. Professor V.K. R.B. Rao was the first person who tried to estimate national income of this country on a scientific manner in 1931-32. That's the second information you should know about V.K. R.B. Rao. Third, Mr. P.C. Mahlanobis was established the chairman of National Income Accounts in 1949. He has a lot of contribution towards the estimation of national income. In fact, 29th June, which happens to be his birthday, is celebrated in this country as a National Statistical Day. 29th June, which is celebrated in this country as a 29th June, which is celebrated in the country as a National Statistical Day, happens to be his birthday. He had started a magazine called Sankhya, which is still is the platform for modern statistician. He established Indian Statistical Institute in Calcutta. So he has a huge country, and of course he was the instrumental in planning second 5-year plan for the country. Right? And he has a huge contribution towards this department. Once you have known about these gentlemen, the responsibility of estimation of national income lies with the Central Statistical Organization, which is CSO, which is a department under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. It's a department under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, right? It is responsibility of the CSTO is to collection, compilation, calculation, estimation, publications. All the things are done by CSO of the country. When we talk of expenditure method, let me talk of expenditure method. Expenditure method. There is a fundamental national income identities. 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 This is, C stands for C plus I plus G plus X minus M is equal to GDP at MP. This is equal to GDP at MP. Now this is very important. C plus I plus G plus X minus M is equal to GDP at MP. In this equation, C stands for household private final consumption expenditure. Private final consumption expenditure. I stands for, I can also be known as, it is I stands for gross domestic capital formation. Gross domestic capital formation. I'll tell you about GDCF. It again is a concept which includes many other. It can be broken down further. I'll hold myself at this stage. C plus I. G stands for government final consumption expenditure. Government final consumption expenditure. Government final consumption expenditure. And X minus M stands for net exports. As you all must be aware, X stands for exports and M stands for imports. So net exports. So what we get, C plus I plus G plus X minus M. This is up to GDP at MP. Now if you are asked to calculate NNP at FC, which is the national income, you can always come from, now you have understood the way, how to come from GDP at MP to NNP at FC. This is the final. This is the expenditure method about which I have spoken. Now let me talk about the second method, which is income method. Expenditure method, income method. Income method would include factor payments of all factors of production. Factor payments. There are 4 factors of productions. Factors of productions. There are 4 factors of productions. When we talk of factors of production, they are land, labor, capital, land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. You understand the 4? Land is it's a gift from the nature. Labor can be blue collar worker and white collar worker. Capital again is, an entrepreneur is the one who organizes other factors of production. So there are 4 factors of production. I have rated them 1, 2, 3, 4. They are important. And what we pay them? To land we pay them rent. To labor we pay them wages and salaries. To capital we pay them interest, and entrepreneur we pay them profit. Now if we add all 4, we get NDP at FC. When we add all 4 factors of production, we get NDP at FC. This is what we pay to the factors of production are known as factor payments. It must be kept in mind that factor payments are bidirectionals. When somebody gives you service and then you give them certain payment, therefore it is bidirectional. Unidirectional payment are transfer payment. So the precaution should be taken here. Transfer payments are not included in the estimation of national income. Only factor payments are included in the estimation of national income. The first precaution you all must remember that I have said, only the value of final goods are included in the estimation of national income, and intermediate goods are not included in the estimation of national income. We can have questions in MCQ on the basis of statement. These are known as statement problem. What is included in national income? What is not included in national income? What is included in GDP, domestic income, but not in NNP? What is included in national income and not GDP? So I'm going to explain you these concepts further, where I have given you the second methods. It's very interesting you teaching you. Thanks to Study Khazana for giving me a chance to speak to you. I hope you will be enjoying, and I'm yet to complete my class. But I'm very thankful people are giving me certain inputs in the classes that how to carry out my classes. I have told you that there are three methods of estimation of national income. राष्ट्रीय आय नापने के तीन तरीके होते हैं. नंबर 1 प्रोडक्शन मेथड एंड आउटपुट वैल्यू एडेड मेथड. सेकेंडली इनकम मेथड्स. थर्डली एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड्स. एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड्स के बारे में मैंने आप लोग को बता दिया, इनकम मेथड्स के बारे में बता दिया. ध्यान में ये रखना है कि किन किन चीज़ों को हमें ऐड करना है. हमें ऐड करना है रेंट, हमें वेजेस एंड सैलरीज, इंटरेस्ट एंड प्रॉफिट. इन चारों चीज़ों को ऐड करने के बाद हमें मिलेगा NDP एट FC, नेट डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट एट फैक्टर कॉस्ट. यहाँ से मुझे यदि GDP पे आना है तो हम आ सकते हैं, और यहाँ से यदि हमें NNP एट FC, दैट इज नेशनल इनकम, यदि नेशनल इनकम जाना है तो वहाँ भी जा सकते हैं. सो एनीथिंग कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड फ्रॉम हियर. NNP एट FC, राइट. लेट मी, दैट इज द लास्ट मेथड. एक मेथड और बच गया है बच्चों. वो मेथड्स है प्रोडक्शन मेथड्स एंड वैल्यू एडेड मेथड्स. लेकिन उसके जाने से पहले मैं आपको कुछ स्टेटमेंट प्रॉब्लम के बारे में बताता हूँ. स्टेटमेंट प्रॉब्लम क्या कहता है कि नेशनल इनकम एस्टिमेट करते समय किन किन बातों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट वी मस्ट कीप इन माइंड व्हाइल एस्टिमेटिंग द नेशनल इनकम. व्हाट आर द प्रिकॉशंस दैट वी कैन, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स शुड बी इंक्लूडेड इन द एस्टिमेशन ऑफ नेशनल इनकम, and what are the things which is not included in the estimation of national income. So first I have already said, what is, I have already said only final goods are included. Only final goods are included. Only final goods are included. Included. Intermediate goods are not included. सिर्फ फाइनल गुड्स को लेते हैं, इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स को नहीं लेते हैं. दूसरा मैंने आप लोगों को बताया है सिर्फ फैक्टर पेमेंट्स आर इंक्लूडेड. फैक्टर पेमेंट्स आर इंक्लूडेड. ओनली फैक्टर पेमेंट्स आर इंक्लूडेड. ट्रांसफर पेमेंट्स आर नॉट इंक्लूडेड. ट्रांसफर पेमेंट, मैं आपको बता दूं ट्रांसफर पेमेंट का होता है एग्जाम्पल. ट्रांसफर पेमेंट, ओल्ड एज पेंशन, ओल्ड एज पेंशन एंड स्कॉलरशिप्स आर ट्रांसफर पेमेंट, एंड स्कॉलरशिप्स आर ट्रांसफर पेमेंट, and therefore they are not included. Factor payments are not included. Only final goods are included. Factor payments are not included. On factor payments are not included. Is that okay? I hope I have spoken about it. Factor payments are not included. कुछ और बातों का ध्यान रखना है इसमें. कौन चीज़ों इसमें क्या जाता है? Second hand goods are not included. Second hand goods are not included. Are not included in the estimation of national income of the country. एक कार यदि मैंने 3 साल पहले खरीदी थी, मैं फिर बेचना चाहता हूँ, ये ट्रांजेक्शन्स नेशनल इनकम में एस्टिमेट नहीं होगा, क्योंकि जिस साल मैंने खरीदा था उस साल के राष्ट्रीय आय में इनका आकलन हो चुका था। तो इसके कारण दोहरी गणना हो जाएगी। सेकेंड हैंड गुड्स आर नॉट इंक्लूडेड। एनी illegal activities are not included. Any illegal activities are not included. Any illegal activities are not included. There's another issue here. The contribution of housewife and mothers, which are in the form of daily household works, are not included, even though they are economic in nature. Though they are economic production, they should have been included, because of certain practical problems they are not included. There is some issues related with, so such services, household services, are not included. Household services are not included in the estimation of national income of the country. They are so we must keep in mind certain things which are there. You might be asked a question whether the certain transactions are included in the domestic income or national income. Let us say we had a singer from Pakistan, Adnan Sani. If he is singing a song for Bollywood industries, his payments will not be included in the national income, even though it will be included in the domestic income. Or we have a Hollywood actresses coming and working in Bollywood industries. Their payments will not be included in the national income, but it will be included in, like profits earned by the bank like SBI or LIC, or which are operating in other countries, will not be included in the domestic income, but will be included in the national income. Similarly, the profit earned the opposite way, the profit earned by Citibank in this country would be included in the domestic income, but will not be included in the national income. A worker from Nepal is working in this country, or a Korea, or any other different countries coming and working in this country, will be included in their payments will be included in the domestic income, but will not be included in the national income in the country. And therefore, this is to be kept in mind. The final things that I'm going to say is about final things that I'm going to say is about final things that I'm going to say is about the final thing that I'm going to say is about the production methods. This method is very simple, because if we include the value of final goods and add them up, we get GDP. But the problem is, what is the final goods and what is the intermediate goods? There is always an issue about the final goods. Let me tell you one thing. Let me take a hypothesis. If there is a farmer and farmers make wheat, farmers क्या बनाता है? Wheat बनाता है. तो ये wheat final goods है. There is a miller and he makes atta, flour, that's a final good. There is a baker, the baker makes pastry, which can be eaten, this is a final goods. And there is a retailer who sells pastry to household, it's a final goods. And therefore all of them, they say that's a final goods. But if you see, the wheat is bought by the miller to make his produce. Therefore wheat is intermediate goods. Wheat intermediate good हो गया. और उसी तरीके से ये आटा बेकर खरीदता है पेस्ट्री बनाने के लिए, तो ये आटा क्या हो गया? इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स हो गया. बेकर पेस्ट्री बनाता है और पेस्ट्री रिटेलर को दे देता है, रिटेलर उसे बेचने के लिए खरीदता है, तो ये पेस्ट्री इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स हो गया. यदि फार्मर ने 100 रुपये का वीट बनाया और 200 रुपये का मिलर ने आटा बनाया, 400 का बेकर ने पेस्ट्री बनाया, 800 का रिटेलर ने हाउस होल्ड को बेचा, तो यदि हम सारे प्रोडक्ट को जोड़ेंगे तो ये ओवर एस्टिमेशन हो जाएगा, क्योंकि 400, 200, 100 ये नेशनल इनकम का पार्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये इंटरमीडिएट प्रोडक्ट है। लेकिन ये लोग बोल रहे हैं कि मेरा फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है, बिकॉज क्योंकि एक कन्फ्यूजन है इसमें, देयर इज अ कन्फ्यूजन हियर। वीट शुड बी द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट और इंटरमीडिएट प्रोडक्ट। वीट कैन ऑल्सो बी बॉट बाय द फॉर फाइनल कंजम्पशन, एंड देयरफॉर if we subtract intermediate cost from, which is zero in case of water, we get intermediate cost, we get value added. What we get? Value added. So value added by farmer is 100, because we assume that 0 is the intermediate cost for the farmer. Farmer hasn't used any input. Let us assume that, and therefore the value added by the farmer is 100. Value added by the miller is 100, because he had to buy the wheat worth 100 from the farmer. Value added by baker is 200, because he had to buy from miller input worth 200, and therefore it is 200. And the value added by retailer is 400, because he had to buy pastry worth 400 rupees. So the actual value of, if we add the gross value added, then we get 800, which happens to be the value of the final product, and therefore we use value added methods. So value added method therefore becomes very important part of the estimation of national income. Very important part of the national income. If we do not use value added method, it will lead to double counting. The problem of double counting, it can be asked in the question, what is the problem of double counting and how it can be solved? Problem of double counting arises because of the problem of double counting arises because of problem of double counting arise because of double counting arise because of when there is a confusion between final goods and intermediate goods. The problem of double counting arises because there is a confusion between final goods and intermediate goods, right? And double counting problem can be solved if we switch over to value added method. यदि हम लोग value added method पे switch कर जाते हैं तो हमें इससे हो जाएगा। हमें समझना चाहिए 3 तरह के, हमने आप लोग को बता दिया 3 तरह के तरीके होते हैं नेशनल इनकम निकालने के। नंबर 1 आई हैव सेड इट इज नंबर 1 इज expenditure method, number 2 is income method, number 3 is production method or value added methods. I have also told what are the precautions which are to be required with reference to the what are the precautions which are required with reference to the estimation of national income of the country. There is more concept which I am going to tell you, that is national income can either be at current year price or base year price. Now if the value of the goods and services are estimated as per the prices prevailing in the current year, then it is known as national income at current year. यदि गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज का जो कीमत होता है उस साल में जो कीमत होती है उसके आधार पे नापा जाए तो उसे बोलते हैं नॉमिनल नेशनल इनकम, national income or national income at current year price, national income at current price. लेकिन यदि नेशनल इनकम बेस ईयर के प्राइस के पास नापा जाए तो उसे बोलेंगे रियल नेशनल इनकम. रियल नेशनल इनकम. बेस ईयर क्या होता है? बेस ईयर एक नॉर्मल ईयर है. वो प्राइस हमें स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस, बेस ईयर प्राइस आर स्टैंडर्ड प्राइसेस एंड अदर प्राइसेस इन अदर years are estimated as per the prices prevailing in the base year. Then we get real national income. Real national income. Real national income are very important because it's growth in the real sense. It gives the growth in the real sense. Real national income is used for intertemporal comparison. सच में हमारा नेशनल इनकम बढ़ रहा है कि नहीं बढ़ रहा है, ये किस आधार पे हम नापेंगे? ये हम नापते हैं रियल नेशनल इनकम के. नॉमिनल नेशनल इनकम को रियल नेशनल इनकम में कन्वर्ट किया जा सकता है और इसका फार्मूला होता है नॉमिनल नेशनल इनकम डिवाइडेड बाय जीडीपी डिफ्लेटर. जीडीपी डिफ्लेटर, नॉमिनल नेशनल इनकम डिवाइडेड बाय जीडीपी डिफ्लेटर इनटू 100 इज इक्वल टू रियल नेशनल इनकम. आपको इन बातों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. इसके साथ ही बच्चों, मैंने आपको आज बहुत सारी चीज़ें बताने की कोशिश की है. आई हैव गिवन यू लॉट ऑफ कंसेप्ट्स अबाउट नेशनल इनकम. मैंने आपको बताया है कि नेशनल इनकम कैसे नापा जाता है. मैंने आपको कहा जीडीपी, जीएनपी, एनडीपी, एनएनपी कैसे नापता है, मार्केट प्राइस, फैक्टर कॉस्ट कैसे नापता है. नेशनल इनकम के नापने के 3 तरीके होते हैं, ये भी मैंने आप लोगों को बताया है. नेशनल इनकम नापते समय किन किन बातों की सावधानियों को ध्यान में रखा जाता है, ये भी मैंने बताया है और आशा करता हूं कि इससे आपकी बहुत सारी समस्याओं का सुलझ गई होंगी. यदि और भी कोई समस्याएं हैं तो आप स्टडी खजाना पे आइए और अपनी समस्याओं का समाधान पाइए. धन्यवाद.